around.
You don't got no case on yours too?
I took mine off this morning.
That's what I'm fucking
What?
talking about.
I'm kind of
join the
ballsy.
game.
And I came in at
I'm
midnight.
join the game.
You
dog.
guys are dangerous, man. Raw dogging life with no case on your phone.
We out here being cowboys
But
for real.
no cap. How many times have you broke your phone with the case on it?
Never.
I can't say I haven't.
No, see, I've done it. So see,
You live in
that's why I'm
dangerous.
on the fence about this shit now.
I'm just rolling the dice right now. I feel spicy.
I do feel spicy.
So there's two people in life: people without cases, people with cases.
Yeah,
And you're without the case.
permanent or temporary.
Temporarily for me
I
too.
mean, I'm a permanent. Y'all know this. I've been on
ain't-
the
You just never have a case on your phone?
I take my case
People
off
have
my
literally
report.
bought me cases like here, like legitimately put this on your phone.
What kind of
for
phone
me.
you have? iPhone?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's just put it. I almost broke his
Are you
phone on the
balling?
4th of July.
Oh, when they give it to you, you just
I
chuck
almost
it
did
like.
break his phone.
Them is bougie
Fuck your
tendencies.
I went up behind him like just to give him a hug, and I didn't notice his phone was in his
Oh
hand.
my god!
And
I
I
almost punched you.
punched it. Like I didn't like when I swung to give him a hug. It just and it fell face down too. And he was like,
Was it in slow
"Bitch, if
motion?
this broke, you pay me back." And I'm like, "That's fair." Like even though I'm
It didn't break
liberated and stuff like that, that's fair. Like yeah, I didn't mean to. Whatever. Thank God it didn't break because I would have been big mad at myself.
That'd have been crazy.
But what a way to open the episode. Talk about
Oh, we're
phones.
recording?
Yeah, I
Oh.
pressed the button.
Okay, we're good.
So, welcome back to another episode of It's On Us podcast. Today, from my left to my right, because I know last week you had an issue with the intro. You was left, right.
I know.
left.
I was like,
It's okay. Hey,
Hey, it
Parker,
happens.
Parker can teach you. But we got Ash,
yo,
John, the nephew, Gabe,
Hello.
Cliff, and a very special guest. A serial entrepreneur. She called herself that. I didn't call her that. I don't want to be like, oh,
that means she's
Jacob's
dangerous.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Out in
It
this
can be
business world.
dangerous.
Precise.
So
Miss
when she locked
Sade
in,
Simmons,
Hey,
welcome to the show.
thanks for having me, guys. This
Oh,
is so
thank
cool.
you for coming on.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So before we get into the questions, we usually just start like, how has everybody's week been going? So since you're the guest, you can go first. How has your week been?
My week has been pretty good. I have what I call it, a high week and a low week. Today was my high week, so that means I worked a lot. I did work on almost like 2 or 3 businesses per week and then like went to a job. So yeah, it was a busy day, but I liked a busy week. I like staying busy, so pretty good. What about y'all?
keeps you occupied.
Right.
Me, I'm balanced right now, man. Not really like trying to force anything to happen in my life. You know, it's just everything's flowing how it's supposed to. So really, no worries, man. Other than having to tell people what to do all the time, it's cool. You know, because of my job position. But outside of that, I mean,
Do you enjoy that?
I do.
Do you?
I do.
Being a boss is cool.
Yeah, because they come to me like, "What do you think about this situation?" And I'm like, "Nah, I don't like it." And then we just won't do it. I'm like,
I like that. Yeah.
That's how I was yesterday with bowling. Damon was like, "You need to do this, this, and this." I go up there. I absolutely did nothing he said at all. He's like, "You listen to me, huh?" I was like, "Nope." He's like, "Did you go right?" I'm like, "Nope."
Not a word.
He's like, "Back more?" Went up.
See, so, John, what about you, man?
The week honestly flew by for me. I can't believe it's already Sunday because I was just like, oh, it's Tuesday. I'm like, oh, now it's Sunday. So it just work was cool, but like just now last week I was out of the office for a couple days, so this week I was all in, and it was just like, yep, this is it. This is back to it, and I don't know, just normal stuff. Cool, chill day yesterday. Me and my girlfriend, we just like laid around for a little bit, and then we eventually went out, and it was a good night. It was a good night, so
It's good, man.
no complaints, man.
Keep your stress levels low because that's when you're the happiest. So,
Mm-hmm.
gotcha. Gabe, how was your week?
My week was cool. Yesterday was fucking pissing me off because of bowling. Bro, my highest was 150. I almost broke my AirPods.
I gotta beat that shitty ass score.
What happened? Like,
I don't know. I
this bad
legitimately
week,
don't
this
know.
bad day. This,
Like it just wasn't hitting.
Your wrist was just off a little bit. Huh?
Yeah, that I was just hitting the pocket, but I was leaving like the weirdest splits. Like I was leaving 410s, like 610s. I'm like, all right, something. That's why, like I was getting so frustrated. Through my AirPods and like at
Through
this
your
fucking,
AirPods.
I threw it at this fucking chair. I'm like, fuck this, dude. I almost really left, like in the middle of the fucking thing.
you live
You
real
gotta-
dangerous.
So you got to
man.
keep your composure. That was my issue when I used to bowl. I used to bowl in high school.
Okay.
So I was like, I had to keep my like. If I went and got angry, it would make me do worse. And maybe
My
it's different.
philosophy is, I get angry, I go take a shot.
See, well in high school I couldn't be like, give me a fucking shot. 17-year-old, get out of here. But
Wow.
But I felt that when I was angry like that, and that could be, you know, there's some like, Ash, you could probably attest to it. Like if you're on a basketball court and like you get like hit in the jaw by an elbow, it's like, okay, I'm
a psycho, so you do that shit. I'm gonna
get a little amped up to play it.
I
even
can't
better.
that blood on my lip. I'm like, yeah, we about to really play now. So I like get locked in mentally. It's like it's up. So like,
so I feel that. I feel like the anger helps, but the anger could also
it can throw you off,
distort. Yeah,
because if you're not like mentally locked into it, like a little bit of anger can just shift your whole perspective on like, damn, now my whole play is going to be off. Like, so
yeah, you know? I mean, anger with no destination is destructive.
Ooh,
I like that.
That's perfect.
Oh, he preaching on Sunday, huh?
Damn, you already dropped the gem.
I had a destination. My ball was supposed to go from my hand to the fucking pins, and it didn't fucking do it.
Just didn't work in your favor that time.
How was your week, Cliff?
Mine overall was good. Can't really say too much happened. It's kind of like Ash. It's been on cruise control. I've noticed like lately growing up, like we have fast forward months, and March is just it this year for some reason. I feel like I sneezed. It went from March 5th to where we are at today.
Literally.
Where the fuck did March go?
Time is weird.
Right? It is, because some other months drag ass, and I call those drag ass months. So, and those are usually in the winter, right? So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, by the way, Happy New Year for everyone, because technically it is the new year.
I agree with that.
Yeah, because spring is actually the first day of the new year.
Oh.
So is it weird to y'all that we celebrate New Year like in the winter, in the middle of winter?
I don't celebrate holidays, so.
I mean,
really?
Well, time
culturally,
time is just a construct that was created by man to help us regulate a bunch of stuff.
In that direction.
Man,
So-
yesterday we were talking about this shit. How fucking
Time is crazy.
Ethiopia has like a 13-month calendar instead of.
Oh my God!
12.
So it's like a year. I'm probably gonna be wrong, but it's like 1782 or 1454, where the month jumps from like March 1st to like March 15th. It skips like 13 days, and it's on our phones. It's crazy to look at.
I seen
Yeah,
that.
you can scroll up all the way through it. Yes.
Back through the year and see it was like a 16-day month. So that's wild.
And back then they used to have like 13 months and stuff like that. One civilization
Facts.
is like 12 years behind us still. You know what I mean? So what is time really?
It's relative.
Exactly.
Crazy ass.
No, wait, you said you don't celebrate holidays?
I don't.
Why is that?
I don't think. Well, I mean, growing up, we were introduced to them. I grew up in a Christian household, but they don't resonate with me anymore. So I guess I just found other things to celebrate.
I guess where you are spiritually, you don't really connect with the conditions of what you grew up with. Celebrating
that's
those
a perfect way to put it.
holidays.
All right. As long as you don't knock on my door talking about Jehovah.
No, I don't subscribe to that either. But
I'm just poking fun. I feel you though.
I do believe in the New Year thing though, because it is. You can look outside and see that the year is becoming new. Or buds are growing. You're planting things if you're farming and things like that. So it works.
I've never looked at it like that.
That's beautiful.
I
like
understand that point of view of it. I've just never looked at it like that. I'm just like, you know what, whatever. This is what I was taught. I'm not gonna. There's other things that I would combat opposed to this whole time thing, because that sounds like it would make my head hurt too much. I'm just like, nah.
But why would they start the new year in the middle of day?
I mean, no, that logically it makes sense. Like
Doesn't make sense.
the point of view and the relevancy of new things blooming, refreshness, like that makes a lot of sense. Like, Grant, damn it, now I'm gonna go into a rabbit hole tonight and just like look.
You
It's
should.
fun. It is cool though, because like a lot of people start their New Year resolution in January, but that's the worst time to
Dead
start
time.
because things are supposed to die at that time. So why are you starting something new?
Which is why we have a hard time keeping up with it. Because by March, you're like, I was trying to lose weight, but if you probably would have started in March, it would have just helped you a little bit because you're getting motivation by the things around you.
Everything's growing. I like that.
For sure.
I like
I
that.
mean, and
Picking up
personally,
what she's
like,
putting down over here for sure.
like with New Year, you can go based off your birthday. Like you can celebrate the New Year every like
I
birthday
agree
of
with
yours.
that,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, after this year, I'm not celebrating no more birthdays.
We know you're not. It's
No.
okay.
Why
Okay,
not?
Prince.
I don't celebrate birthdays either,
I'm about to
but
say,
I
I
get
think
it.
after my 30th.
So I turned 30 this year, so like I'm just gonna stop
Bro, it's
counting.
just-
Man, the 30s are the best. Once I turned 30, it was lit. Like, ever since then, like, I swear, as soon
How-
as I
how did
turned
your
30,
body
it was
agree with
awesome.
that.
How did your body adjust to being 30?
Something probably did start hurting, but
Told y'all.
Yeah,
stretch
pretty
more,
much.
Shit ain't
I do
fake,
yoga,
bro.
like it do. That's the only thing you gotta worry about.
Your mindset, though. Your mindset does change. Like,
I liked it.
I think like September of last year, I just like came, like I was talking to my brother-in-law, Nick, and I was just like, dude, it just changed for me. Like the stuff that I don't care about, I just really like fell off my plate. Like I don't like. I put energy into this. It might have worked in the past. It doesn't work now. Okay, that's fine, because I got all this other shit ahead of me to worry about. I can't worry about this stuff right now, and I won't let myself worry about this stuff. And so, like, just like recently, just having a conversation with my little sister. You know, me and her don't always get along, but it's like we understand. Hey, look, sometimes you just gotta just let it go. So I'm just like, all right, that's fair.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's like maturity almost.
Yes, but 30 brings maturity for sure.
I don't know if I'm mature. I'm still like
I
childish.
mean, we all have immature moments. But.
I'm super childish, but I agree. 30, it clicked for me. It was kind of like, okay, now I know where I'm going.
Nice. I'm coming there actually a month from
Well,
now.
I'm glad I'm the youngest, man, because like I feel like at 25 for me, that's when it started to do that.
But you're around the right environment though, like so it clicks
That
earlier.
part.
Yeah.
So it's like now, like I feel already like I'm 30 now, but you know what I mean. I got 2 more fucking years for this shit. So,
Sade, I got a 2-part question for you.
Okay.
When was the moment that you realized you had a passion for wanting to do a business, and where did you come up with the name Sugarforbrains?
I love the name, by the way.
Yeah, for your jewelry.
So businesses, since I was little, I think that when I was a young person, I knew I didn't want to work for somebody. I feel like when that people said like, "Oh, what's your dream job?" and it's like, I ain't never dream of working. Like that's not.
I feel you.
Let's not get it
100%,
twisted.
man.
You know, so if I could dream something for myself, it was me being in control of that situation. So probably like around 13, 14, I remember telling my mom like, oh yeah, I'm not getting a job. Like I'm gonna just create jobs. And she was both of my parents, they were very on to that. They were like, okay, well, let's see where it takes you. I was really artistic that's all I used to be into. So for me, Sugarforbrains is really just I have sweet thoughts. So I just put them into creations. I started out more so with like art in general, but I used to just make art for art's sake, and that doesn't pay the bills. Like it helps me, but it doesn't pay the bills. Right. So me switching over and doing more like jewelry or more practical things that people can buy on the spot helped out a lot. So yeah, my Sugarforbrains thing is just my thoughts. I wanted something that was neutral. It wasn't masculine or wasn't feminine. It was kind of something you would look at it and be like, well, what does she make? Like, is it food? Is it sweets? Or, you know, what is it? So I just wanted something that kind of get you to think about what could I be offering for you.
That's dope. That's dope and original.
Okay.
For sure.
So you've been in love with art since you were knee high to a butterfly type of deal.
Cute. Yes. I love art. I think that we need to have more exposure to it. Growing up around our city, I don't think that art was a focus for all of us, honestly.
Yeah.
They cut like art and music like later on in our lives. And for me, art is everything. Like you literally need art for everything. You have to design something before it becomes anything. So I just picked that out from art. I knew that I wanted to be a creator. I wanted to be a designer. So I just focused on using that or figure out which medium I was interested in. Granted, since my parents were one of those type of people that pushed me, they just kind of let me try every type of medium. So I just fixated on metal. So that was my medium.
Okay. You look interested, Jacob.
Well, no, because how she's talking about her brand and stuff like that made me remember when I was doing my research and looking, you don't have... How do I want to say this? You market your brand, not your person.
Yeah, for sure.
You have no photos of yourself at all. And I'm just like, okay. You're only one other entrepreneur that we've had on that does that. So I was just like, I noticed that from the first moment she said it. I'm like, you did the same thing. You market your brand. You market what you do instead of who you are as a person, which I really admire because not a lot of people think like that. And for people that think like that, and even how you relate it back to art, like you said, everything's in art. Or yeah, a blueprint for a gear or something. Architect could look at that as art, and I'm just like, oh shit. Yeah, art is just one of those things that relates to everything.
Yeah, because the earth without art is
I love it.
Literally.
You're right, but I do like to market art as like a conversation thing because we're not exposed to art, or people think they're not exposed to art when really, in reality, you're exposed to art in so many ways. But I will say, growing up, like I had a senior show in college. It's something you have to do to pass to get your degree. Me inviting people from my hometown to my senior show, that was the first time people have been in galleries. Like they were like, oh, I've never been to an art gallery before. And this is be like 35-year-olders, 45-year, some 60-year-olders, you know? So it's just crazy to think like, dang, like you've spent like your whole life and never really been in the art space. And I guess they think of it as like privileged spaces. A lot of people don't really, they look at an art museum. If you think about like how states are set up, usually there's a bank, there's a school, there's an art museum. And there's like, those are prominent cities. And people kind of look at them like elitist places. So for me, it was more so about having the conversation of how can I get people that look like me, people that are from where I'm from, into an art space, or how can they appreciate the art and not be like, this is bougie, I can't draw, I'm not into it. But really, like, art is so many things. Even just saying the word medium, you'd be surprised. People be like, well, what does that mean? What is your medium? So a medium, if you don't know, is just what you choose to create in. So like I said, my medium was metal. Some people use charcoal. Some people use gum. Some people use wood. So it's just really getting people educated to have those conversations. So they really know, like, oh, yeah, I have been doing art. It's just I didn't know that I could make money off that. That's really what I hear a lot of people saying.
Yeah, a lot of things don't exist until people bring it up and, like, serve it to you in a digestible form. Then you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, I don't know. And again, I think, like, everyone needs to tap into, like, just your creative spirit side of life, just period, because, like, so much happens on the other side of, like, you just sitting there. Like, again, what you said, like, art gallery, like, how many times we can have an art gallery in Lorain with the right people, the right creatives, but there's this weird energy that lives in Lorain. Like, people don't want to.
It's weird. They'd be like, why I want to go look at stuff.
Like, why support
like, the mind's
that?
not open enough to, like, see what could happen. I don't know. Like, again, we'll get to that space eventually, but I don't know. You know.
No, I was gonna agree. Like how you guys just said it. Oh shit! Yeah. Like not enough collabs, or just in general, like and stuff like that. Like you know, you can go on Facebook and you can look at all these local entrepreneurs and stuff like that. But like, I don't know, from reading and stuff like that, like a lot of growth can take place if you just are willing to collab with somebody and just cast that wider net, which we try to do here. You know, it's the simple things that people overlook sometimes. I feel. So where it's like if you just simplify it,
you're right, or there's access to it,
right? So another question that I have is you run a blog, you have Sugarforbrains, and are part of Socialhype. What philosophy do you believe in more when you are in that management position, like a boss mindset or a leader mindset?
That's a good question. For me, my goal is I want my team to be so nice that you don't know who's in charge, you know? Like, I want us all to be able to handle each spot in any position. So I would think that as a boss, you need to have a boss mentality and a leader mentality. But I never want to overshadow the people I'm working with. I think you find people that you collab with because they're good at what they do. And when you collab, you guys are both good, so you create something a little bit better. So for me, I'd pick the boss mentality. I think that I don't want to, like, you need to do this, but right. I rather them come to me and be like, hey, this is a better solution, let's try this, instead of me trying to be like, dang, I don't know, what can we do? I want to be around people that can be solution based. So I would say the boss mentality.
You said it right there, solution based. A lot of people are problematic most of the time instead of solution based. Like, there's so many ways to get one thing done, but if you close mind yourself, like, it will never happen. But with the right leader in position, a lot could work. So
for sure.
Now he mentioned Socialhype. So for those that don't know, can you explain a little bit?
To ask about that. I'm not too sure
Socialhype is a new venture for me. It's probably going on 1.5 or 2 years for us. Me and my homegirl Jen, we started. It's like I would call it an event kind of business, but with a twist. We usually are trying to offer something to. Really, it started off with us trying to have something in Lorain that wasn't just drinking music. We wanted you to be able to come there and do something else. Whether we had selfie stations there, whether there was games going on, whether it was like a bingo. I think we had like a trap bingo where instead of you just normal bingo, we'd listen to music, so you're marking things off. We had a free shots party where we gave away liquor all day. We had like a sneaker raffle. Like it's so many things. I know, right? It was lit. Everybody in there was drunk.
I didn't get that invite.
We'll probably do an anniversary one, which was because we had a good time with it. But it really is just offering safe spaces for people to do things other than, because not everybody comes to a party and wants to drink. Me personally, I like alcohol, but I'm not a drinker. So if it was up to me, I'm, what do they call it, a social drinker? People drink socially. That's for me. Jennifer, she's an actual bartender. She's a mixologist, so she kind of had the behind the scenes of how to make these signature drinks. So we're not always just offering you a shot. It might be something that we came up with, or just something that's different, that's giving you different flavors, introducing you to things you haven't tasted before. Me being a creative person... I was just trying to add that extra, like we did our selfie stations where you'd come in and you'd be able to get backdrops from different, I think we did like a 90s event where it was a CD backdrop with money guns with like rappers and how like poster boards in the bedroom type deal. So just different themes for parties, something to just have more fun with. So Socialhype's been lit. Like we've been having a good time.
They get hype.
We had a blunt rolling contest. We did.
Hey, look at Cuz.
We've been had a lot of fun. We do. We have fun. I think it's been safe. We haven't had any bad issues with the police. We've been able to talk to them and let them know where it is. No fights have been breaking out. It's been awesome, honestly.
And that's why I'm hyped about it.
Sounds lit as fuck.
Because
I'm
always on Facebook, so I see everything. I watch. I'm observing. When I first seen it, I'm like, okay. Because I'm not gonna lie, when you hear things about Lorain, I'm from Lorain.
Sketchy.
You from Elyria, I thought.
I grew up in Lorain my
Lorain
whole fucking
County.
life. Okay.
We rock with Elyria too, though. So Lorain County.
But so, and I'm like, okay. I see them gaining traction, and then I'm like, okay. And then I'm also noticing, like how you just said, I was like, you don't hear anything. You hear about these events, you hear about a great time. Your marketing for them is really good, but you don't hear nothing, like no
negative,
bad news, no negative, no.
Right.
Is that
no
weird
trouble.
for you a little bit?
No, it wasn't weird. I was happy. I was elated because
We've been
I was
happy
like,
too.
wow, they're putting on these big ass events, kick ass events. DJ Trap's been at these events and stuff.
Shout out DJ
Trap.
Hey,
But it's like seeing a collab like that in a city that can use it, that's all about it. I was just like, dope as fuck.
Yeah, you're kind of like a glue almost. Like you're bringing people to like places. I think you did. Did you do spelling bee at Broadway
We
Marys?
did do the buzz spelling bee at Broadway Marys.
Yeah.
Yep.
what?
It's been
So
chill.
is
I wish I was there
You
for
pop
that.
It
up
was
at
good.
different
I gotta
places?
attend.
Yes.
Yes, we've managed to get spaces that you wouldn't necessarily think. So our first kind of like revamp, we did an old appliance shop. So we turned the appliance shop into like a club. We pretty much would come in and you would think it was an appliance shop, but it was a club.
Hey.
So we've been just finding we've been finding untraditional buildings to make them like party spaces. So sneak peek, we're trying to get a bank so we can have like a section in the vault. It's gonna be lit.
Ooh.
But yeah, we've just been trying different
Y'all
spaces,
about to
and
turn it up.
I don't know why. This is funny to say, but we don't know why it's been so safe and what's so good. Honestly, I think the vibes we just provide have been okay. Maybe it's because it's a woman-owned business. I think maybe people see that there's all women in charge, because when we are having these events, we have this group called the Socialhypes. Our Socialhypes are our hired team where they pretty much keep the vibes going. There are bartenders, there are servers, there are bottle girls. And so maybe people are like, it's a nice looking people here. People are respecting them. We haven't been disrespected. We haven't been called out our names. It's been really chill to be at the party, and guys, you know how it is when it's a lot of guys there. Sometimes it can get rowdy. We've just never had to experience that. So I'm not sure what the sprinkle or what the extra is, but we're just very thankful that we've been keeping it.
Keep beautiful women around, man. They gonna
Maybe
act
that's
right.
what it is.
It's
it
just
helps.
human nature, I feel like.
It helps. Pretty privilege definitely is a thing. So it helps for sure. And I think that it helps that not only do they look good, but they're nice to you. They're not being rude. They're not telling you like, oh, you ain't leaving money, you ain't tipping. Like they're just there to make sure you're having a good time. So
Right.
it's been nice.
I hope you take it to a whole nother level.
We're hoping so too. Fingers crossed. Year 2, we gonna kick it.
So are you just on Facebook with that then, or do you have like Instagram?
Socialhype has Instagram. We are Socialhype on Instagram. We are Socialhype on Facebook. I think we're gonna drop a website, but we wanted to do an interactive website. So we've been trying to find the exact designer to do our website, so it kind of is like you're walking into a club for the website versus just being like a click and point type deal. So we've been playing around with it.
You can use AI.
Hey, you can. And our ultimate goal is to have an app. We would love to be able to check in at our parties. So when you go on our app, you can be like, where's Socialhype at? And you'd be able to be like, who's there? What's going on there? What kind of drinks are we serving? Just the overall vibe. And then maybe even have people like comment on like, oh, we were here, we did this, it was this, so you kind of can, the favorite line for people is, who all over there? Like, what's going on? Right. So that would be a way for us to curb that, because you can just log on to the app and you'd already know what was happening. So that's like end goal type thing.
Always brainstorming. I love it.
Dope.
So as being a serial entrepreneur, how do you manage your work-life balance? Because you have a blog, you have Sugarforbrains, you have Socialhype. You have one more that I read.
Dirt and Glitter. That's a side business.
Wait a minute. Wait, real quick. Sorry to cut you off, Jacob.
You're good.
The blog. Can you explain what's on the blog? What's the blog about?
Yeah, blog is just behind the scenes. Me as a jeweler, me as an artist, me as my brand Sugarforbrains. I post on there I took a break from blogging. When I first started my business, blogging was a big thing for me because a lot of people never met a jeweler before. You know, like they don't know what happens. They just think like, oh, okay, I'm gonna tell you what I want and that's just it. When really it's like hard. It's a lot of processes. So the blog just shows you a little bit behind the scenes. Maybe if I'm like casting a grill, I'd walk you through how the grill works, how we go from wax to actual gold. Or I did New York Fashion Week with Javon Terrence a couple years back. So I did the behind the scenes of the pieces I did with him. Our walk in New York, just meeting models, that kind of thing. It was during COVID, so it was crazy. I think I caught COVID in New York for the first time because of New York Fashion Week.
Come on, New York.
So even that's on the blog, post about that. I mean, it was fun, though. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just a whole bunch of different things just behind the scenes of the brand.
That's
Sugar
cool.
for Brains exclusively. Not everything else I do. It's just for jewelry, just because I feel like that's a good topic to expand more on. You can talk about stones, where they come from, how to set them, just so many things, art in general.
Trends.
Nice. And that's like
Trends for sure.
yeah, and you're like massaging. You know, that's a weird word to use, but you're massaging your like at that point. You're going into your likes and how you do it, and how you come up with things, and probably even that would even spur more thoughts and ideas.
I think so. And like how he was saying before, I do kind of push the brand without you knowing who's behind the brand. So on the blog, it kind of gives you a little bit more into like who's making this stuff, what do I do, where I'm from, those kind of things.
Same for Socialhype. No, like it's hard to see. Like I was like,
Yeah.
damn, she is good with this.
So it's crazy because, like, comparison wise, like, it's almost an analogy where you say, like, a lot of people in Lorain that are entrepreneurs, quote unquote, they're not really entrepreneurs, they're self employed. So when you have a business, you should be able to take 90 days and step away and it still can run by itself.
You just said
like
that
that.
like with a lot of like ferocity with your voice.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it sounded like something that kind of like irked you a little bit.
It does, because it's like a lot of people, and again, you can say whatever you want, but like when people have intention behind what they're doing, they don't have to flex as hard, because it's like it's going to work regardless
I
if
feel
people
that.
believe it or not. Like, but a lot of people like have to emphasize like, I am an entrepreneur. I feel like the word is kind of like overused now, but like,
Or overemphasize, like you make it a point to say it
yeah,
or to bring it up to try to make it relevant. Okay.
It's a talking point. Definitely makes people fit in. I've been in many conversations where like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur too. And it's like, okay, tell me about your business. And it's like, well, actually, I was thinking about. So, you know, it is
Or
a
that
different
thinking about
thing.
mentality that
Yeah,
Javon
I've
touched
been working
on.
for myself probably for like 10 years. I think I went solely just for myself maybe about 6 years ago. So, like, I'm about this life for real. But I don't think that I need to be like, oh, hey, by the way, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh, hey, by the way, you know, you're going to see it by, you know, things
Your
that I do.
actions
Or
are
just
going to speak for you.
Yeah. So I feel what you mean by that.
like you don't have to say it. You'll just see it.
Or somebody else will bring it up. That's always nice too.
Yeah,
like
word
if you're
of
in a
mouth is
circle with
nice.
people and like people know what you do and they're this so and so
Oh
on
my
his
God.
podcast or whatever.
I'm
I'm
a
like,
vegan, and all my friends do that.
Cool.
They're like, oh, she's a vegan, and I'm just like, can we like promote something else?
Right.
Like, we already get bad name for being vegan.
Wait, how long have you
Like,
been a vegan?
yeah.
Ooh, it'll be 12 years in July.
12 years.
I need you to help me because
Why?
I'm trying to graduate to that space.
You said why?
Just why?
To keep it honest, I tried shrooms, acid one day, and I was on a trip, and it was a barbecue, and we were making ribs, and I'm just like, yo, this is cow's ribs right here. Like,
Disgusting.
legit a cow's ribs. And after I finished my
Thought
trip,
about it
I
too.
decided that day, like, I'm over
She
it.
was-
Not
Hey,
eating no more.
So you don't
thoughts.
eat like so no eggs, no.
Nope, I'm a real
Oh,
vegan.
you're like
I have a
100
son, he's 100% vegan. Like
Oh.
he's never had anything. His dad's vegan,
Wow.
we're vegan. So yeah, it's
Now,
cool though.
wait, you
like,
said so your son and his dad is vegan too?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Is he the one that got you to be vegan, or
or did
no,
you get him?
well, it kind of was a joint transition. I feel like it made it easier that way because you know you had somebody to try these things with.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I decided that I just didn't. I don't know. I feel like I got bored with eating the same 5 things, which was like beef,
Right,
chicken.
right.
You know, so vegetables. There's so many vegetables, and honestly, if I'd have known that you could do the same thing to vegetables that you do to meat, I probably would have just been more inclined to try vegan dishes growing up than how I made that decision. I think I went vegan at 21, and I'm 32
Nice.
currently. So yeah,
Nice.
it's been cool. I like it. Clearly, I still be eating good. So
But you got to educate people on what to eat when you do transition
That
from
part.
like becoming a vegan or
Because there's
going to vegan.
vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian, like you only eat fish.
Yep.
Yeah,
So it's just
because
like,
Abigail, she's
She's a vegetarian, so she eats eggs. She loves eggs. Like
yeah, I was
so-
a vegetarian for 2 years, and then I ended up cutting eggs, milk, and cheese, and going straight vegan. So it was cool. I like it.
you got to have research. You got to do your research, have
Most
information.
definitely.
Yeah, we went to Chipotle the other day, and I had steak, and she had sofrito. and they fucking put a little bit of like little itty bit of steak, and I'm like, fuck.
Aw.
So she chewed it, and she's like, but I'm not eating that. So, but she ate the rest because she wasn't like totally.
She didn't like throw the whole bowl
Yeah,
away.
I was like, 'cause I was like, we just got home. Oh, please don't. Throw
You
this
should
shit
take
away.
her.
Do not make
He
it
said,
seem
now I'm gonna have
half
to cook. He said, I can't even eat my shit because you ain't eating your shit.
Literally, I put my fork down. I was like, wait a minute.
You should take her
Let's see how
to.
this shakes out.
You should take her to Bebop.
Man,
Ooh,
Baby
Baby
Bop
Bop
slap.
Oh, what is that?
Man.
It's out in Crocker Park. They're putting one in Avon right
Yeah,
now.
I've
Yeah,
heard,
nice.
I've heard of that.
I
I've
love
never been
you.
there.
It's a.
She'll like it. It's
Is it
kind of
ramen?
like it's like Vietnamese Chipotle,
Like
Oh.
Chula. Chula's the Indian Chipotle.
Way better.
So good.
just like Piata, like is like the Italian Chipotle and shit. It's kinda,
What the fuck?
Isn't there?
never had
There's
Piata?
gotta be
No.
like a model for this instead of us calling it the
Chipotle.
something Chipotle.
Well, it's just, I mean, like you pick your noodles and you know your pasta sauce and like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Piata's deep.
Take it
Though.
back, bro. Like,
Shit, I'm out.
artist.
It's kind of far. Low key.
It's good, bro. It's worth it.
Yeah.
So I have two questions.
What's that?
Okay, dirt and glitter.
Dirt and Glitter.
What exactly is that?
Dirt and Glitter is a side business. It's like a that face. It's a magic shop, and when I say magic shop, I mean for like spiritual reasons. So like, I garden, I grow things, like herbs and things, lavender, things that just help you. I personally, when I started being vegan, I also, it opened up your mind to think about medicine and pharmaceuticals versus holistic walks. So it rabbit hole, holistic, grow your own stuff, fix your own stuff. Like the earth provides. It gives you everything you need to help yourself. So I've just been doing that for myself, and I sell those things as well.
Okay.
So, just little things that help like bug bites or, stomach aches, headaches, little
Okay.
things like that. Yeah.
Just want to let y'all know she's really about this life, though.
Oh well, no, because I was
You
gonna
can
get
see.
to that's a final thing after all these ventures that you are involved in. Phoenix Rising.
Oh, yeah.
What? Yes. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, Phoenix Rising is in the works. That's something that I want to do. I feel like that's like legacy things, generational wealth. But anyways, I want to help my community. I feel like art is art. Jewelry is jewelry. Jewelry is kind of a luxury item. It's kind of something that's not in reach of everyone. Although I can spread the knowledge of art and get people into art, I think that there's a better way to connect with the community. My life path is a 9, and they say that means I'm a human. How do you say the word? Humanitarian. That I'm here for people, and I get that because I do like people. Phoenix Rising is a halfway house. I'm trying to figure out their ways now. This is just like literally groundbreaking things. Like I'm just starting with it. Trying to figure out how I can do it, how to be a nonprofit. All these times I've been for-profit businesses, so switching over now to learn about the nonprofit life, just learn about helping the community, getting people in a better position. When I say Phoenix Rising, that's like someone coming from the ashes. So that is those people coming from the situation, trying to get back in our community. And surprisingly, we don't have one in Lorain County. We have a Genesis House for like women. We have sober living, but there's nowhere for people when they're coming home from prison to come back to our city. They have to either go to Cleveland or they have to, surprisingly, a lot of people don't have nowhere to go when they're coming home from incarceration. So we're trying to make a lane for that. Something that is ethical, that's healthy, that's helping people, that's really putting them on the path to like, okay, I can live the life that I thought about and not be distracted by where I used to be or who I used to hang with. Because really, some of those people that you may have used to hang with are on different paths too. So I've noticed that a lot of guys, they're faced with, okay, I'm going back to the same hood that got me in trouble. Mm-hmm. So it's good to give them like a safe space, I guess, to be themselves, but not around the same company, or just to be a better example, because a lot of people are trying to change who they are. So yes, that's what that is. That's me trying to help that out. And that's something I've done like with my family. We're just trying to offer like a better, I guess, solution.
That's really refreshing to hear.
Solution-based mindset.
That you've done the homework and you do the intangibles. You look for a need and you're like, how can I help and stuff like that. And not everybody like looks at. People only look at things like just for the surface.
Or just like singular. You're like, fucking.
So for you to be
So
able
brain,
to
let me explode all this shit. I just keep it all together.
It's
to
amazing.
be able to like think of a need in a city like that, besides just the surface, is really admirable. Yeah,
Say it one more time.
admirable. But yes,
So fingers crossed. We're hoping that it works out and we can service the community.
I think it will work out. Again, because she has intention. Like, you have this whole, like, aura and like understanding of like how this is supposed to work. Again, you know your life path number. That helps you a lot in general.
Yeah, I ain't coming back. It's my last time, so I got to do exactly what I need to do.
Hey, you spelled something wrong up here. With you having several business endeavors,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was
Dang,
reading.
that is
I was
not one of
reading.
my
I said,
business
"Whoa,
endeavors."
am I really reading hoe right now, or am I tripping?"
Shout out to the sex workers, but that's not one of my business endeavors.
She said,
But
"I
I
do a
do
lot of
support them
things,
too.
but she said, but I have not
I
dabbled in
support
that
them,
lane." But no, I can honestly tell you right now, you got a new customer in me because I got a bracelet I need to get fixed.
That part too.
So,
I definitely do fixtures and make
yeah.
things, all types of stuff.
So for sure, yeah, you seem like a.
Jacob,
You get my money. You know what I'm saying? I'll support the city.
are you enamored by what's going on?
Yeah, I can honestly say like you are one of the only few people that I met where I'm just like, wow, I'm not stuck. I'm just like in awe.
Aww.
Right.
Because she gave us a lot of
Just
information to
genuinely
process
in
and
awe.
like digest to like move
Yeah.
forward with. Cause like she's given a lot of gems throughout the episode.
Definitely.
So,
I was just gonna say she's like very intriguing and fascinating.
Right.
Like I love her drive and ambition it radiates off of her. She knows who she is. I'm glad that she wants to get people to like really understand art. Because I was gonna say it earlier, like I really like you like highlighting that, because what people don't understand about art is like you're missing out on inspiration through other people's expressions. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
You never know what you can get from just like staring at something, calling just a
You're
simple
right. It
idea.
triggers that brain. Something
and
in
get
there.
something rolling, and I just like everything you're doing. I hope you do great.
So
Thank you. I received
so
that.
Sade, do you meditate?
I do meditate. I need to get back on like a set schedule. I've noticed that now, since you were asking about work and life balance, since work has been good, meditation for me is like a end all be all. You know how like at the end of the day people come home and get a drink or they smoke a joint or something. I treat meditation like that. It's kind of like, okay, I had a hard week, I had a lot of things going on, let me ground myself, let me center myself, let me make sure I was doing these things in the right mind and I wasn't just, oh, I'm money hungry today or I need to do this. It's that, there's an end goal, there's something else other, like, don't get me wrong, I love money. Like, money is the best thing. We all should receive it. Like, I am a force. Anytime I talk about money, I feel like we have a bad relationship with money. We're all kind of like, let's not talk about getting it too much. Nah, let's get all of it.
Let's
like,
get all of it.
it's enough for us to
I
eat.
want all
so,
the smoke.
but it's hard to have that mindset and still stay grounded. You want to still remain humble. You want to still be like, okay, I need to make sure I'm making money for the right purposes and not just out here so I can buy Gucci. No disrespect to Gucci, 'cause designer baby. Like, I came in with off-whites tonight, but it's just, you got to have the right, the right way to put it. So meditation for me keeps me back in, that little bubble. Just like, okay, we good. Let's reset. This week we need to do these things because we ain't do that so well. So I treat meditation like that. But I wish I could meditate every day. I need to get, I'm sorry, I keep kicking you. I need to get in a space where I can meditate every day, because taking that time out for yourself helps so much. It makes you so clear. I used to be able to astral project, and people don't be thinking that that's real, but it's real.
that shit's real.
And I want to get back to that space. Like, I want to definitely be able to, like, let me see my day tomorrow before it happens type deal. So, yes, I do meditate.
well, why are you guys always looking at me?
You're the one that's fascinated over there.
I am. But my next question is just one I always ask every guest. Do you have any questions for us?
My question for you guys is 5 years now. Give me like 2 goals. I love seeing people's projections because usually they come true. So like personal and It's On Us podcast goals. I know we were talking about, I don't know if this was on record when we were talking about it, but you guys doing like live productions, being in front of big groups, being at actual events. So I mean, like, what's the long-term goal? What's like, what can I expect?
I like this question a lot. It's fresh.
I mean, I have, like, as a group, I think, like, we can be like the Heart Media of Lorain, like,
That'd be
equivalent.
dope.
I mean, realistically, if our goal is to have 5 shows by the end of this year, which is very obtainable and is going to happen, like,
Yes, you'll have a network ultimately.
and then just basically like the international, honestly. But like as far as like 5 years, have our own studio,
Yeah, that would be cool.
or office, or something along that line.
Internships, teaching kids how to record.
Can you imagine that though? IOU production studio.
Oh, we already see it. Don't imagine this. That's what it is.
It's literally in front of my face right now.
Period.
But yeah, just stuff like that. Like, and if you would ask us when we first started meeting in my garage, like, do you guys really think you guys would have 100 episodes of one podcast.
And that's what's up. What'd you tell me before? People don't make it past 3 or 4. So
Right.
you done quadrupled, you know?
So just like little things like that, like I don't know, it's rewarding to see, because I know for me, like I didn't know what to expect. The first set of equipment that we bought was ass.
Does anybody have a broadcasting background, or is this
No.
kind of just
This is all
idea?
just
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
So
So
it's
it's
just
just
like-
a pandemic idea,
Yeah.
basically.
Pandemic
wonderful?
baby.
Pandemic birthed so many good ideas. Like I'm
Our
kind of
pandemic
thankful for the
baby.
COVID.
Right. So yeah,
It kind of
so,
forced you to sit down with the pandemic too, like, and think about what are you doing, what do you
Right.
want to
And
do.
what do you want to do, really? Yeah.
how can you make it work?
And all that free money, you should have took it and did something with it.
I should apply for the PPP.
Man.
I think about that every day. You don't
No
understand.
cap. I'm not lying to you, bro.
And nobody got in trouble yet.
Nobody.
Oh, I'm waiting for that
Oh,
day.
something's gonna happen.
you said
Something's
Something
better
yeah.
happen.
Oh, it's gonna
Because
happen.
I'm saying, I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm wishing it. Because it was people like, I got a roofing business. You're
Mm-hmm.
like 400 pounds. You've never been on top of a roof.
No, for
You
real.
do not have a roofing business.
She ain't telling the motherfucking lie.
Like, healthcare, you take care of one person. Like, let me
Like,
stop.
oh, no,
But I was
that-
so upset. I should have
That,
did
that
it.
kind of irked me, because I take care of a client, and
See?
I'm like,
Actual health
like you
helpers.
like seeing somebody that said that, and I know damn well like you don't. I'm like,
You barely take care of yourself.
Like,
That's
like the
like-
ones that actually needed it didn't get it, and the ones that
Hello.
didn't get it,
right? I'm like, come on.
I was just scared, honestly. I ain't gonna lie. I was
was
scared to
nervous.
do it because I got a real business, and I
Right.
didn't want them like
Right.
auditing me and be like, "Well, how come your income was so not like this year?"
But I'm just like, man, I know you don't do this, sir. Like, don't try to front. Yeah, but it is what it is.
I would say I agree with Jacob. In 5 years, I know we're gonna have a studio space. I don't know if it's an office or we're in a building on Broadway or something. We're definitely gonna have
In Lorain?
Yeah, we're gonna stay here, and we're gonna have something that's not the basement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basement 2.0.
yeah,
Exactly.
But for me, myself, in 5 years, I want to be able to say I own a home. So I'm working
Awesome.
towards that. I already got 4 people next to me that already got homes and shit. So
Good
very
motivation.
inspiring, to see
Yes,
that.
it's
you
nice
know?
to have a good team around you for sure.
So that's just me, my personal things.
Clifton.
For me, well, in 5 years, I hope that because I'm about to graduate for HVAC.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, from
That's a
Ohio.
good trade.
Thank you.
Nice.
From Ohio Business College. So I hope within 5 years I'm done working with a contractor and I can go and get my own license.
I'm so glad you said that. Not to cut you off, but I'm so happy that's a practical choice that you're picking because we don't need any more rappers. We need like plumbers and electricians and things that can actually help us in life. Not that you guys shouldn't stop rapping.
So you're
Like,
saying I
keep
shouldn't
rapping.
drop my mixtape?
No, keep rapping. I love music. I don't mean it to shade. It wasn't a shade thing, but I just haven't heard a realistic response like that in so long, and it's so refreshing.
No problem. It's just in a sea of SoundCloud rappers. I just don't want to fall, mute. Not gonna happen.
Damn, I like that. Don't want to fall mute.
Nope.
See, you got bars already. You sure you don't want to get outside?
Shit, drop that mixtape.
But so in 5 years, hopefully I can have my own license as a contractor and build my own team and do something along those lines. And with this podcast, it's hard to say because I think we all have like one vision. You know what I mean? So he spoke on a little bit of it, and as did he. So I mean, outside of an office space and shit, hopefully just like a great relationship with advertisers.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hopefully, and it sounds weird, but like maybe take a trip across the country, go talk to somebody who wants to invest in us, and
That'd be awesome.
get our sound
We're
out.
wishing
there and
investors on all of us.
Johnny boy.
what's up, John?
I'm turning 30 in a month. So, yeah.
New
Yeah.
life.
It's hitting there. Shit getting chased right now.
Start your
but-
stretches now.
I don't know. In 5 years, so 35. Maybe I guess one thing for personal, I think I want to have one kid at least, or children of some sort by 35. Start that. Yeah. That's the first time I've probably said
Put the
that.
shotgun shells in
Real quiet. Kids are crazy.
And I don't know. As far as other things, I've been working for the city for 8 years now, going on 8 years. And I just want to keep doing public service, and wherever that takes me in the next however many years, 5 years, I'm hoping to. You guys mentioned about like being like managers of people and bosses. I do want to be some sort of like manager of like a department. I think that
Yeah.
I can see that for you.
I feel like I have a good
Boss John.
You got good
Daddy.
people, you got like good people skills.
Yeah,
good
no.
communication
No,
skills.
for sure. I said daddy. let me get serious. No, to be honest, though, like,
So crazy.
I want to make it where someone calls City Hall and it's not they're getting shot, forwarded somewhere else, and just I want to be real personal. I think that I've taken that super serious. I take it like, so we have an elevator in the office, and I always tell people this, like it's like a joke. Like, I feel like when I'm rising through the elevator, like, to my floor, I feel like I'm like a professional, like, performer. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on the stage.
Like he's
Getting
hype. Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
get on my
Dropping
floor.
16 bars in the elevator before he walks out on his floor.
Yeah.
John, what are you doing? Don't worry about it.
Don't mute me.
That's dope, though.
But yeah, as far as the podcast go, definitely studio, many subscribers and people that tune in, and we've seen it already. I go out, and when we go out together, like, or even in my Facebook messages, like, people are saying like, "Hey, listen to that episode. That's hilarious." Like, just people reaching out, like, it just feels so cool. So to have
that's dope.
Yeah, to project more of that, more listeners, and I think we have something really good. Our last 100 episodes were great. We've had a lot of entrepreneurs on. We've had a lot of artists. We've had a lot of just everything under the sun. You can
Good. Broad conversations.
Yes.
Nice.
What's Ashley's occupation again?
Esthetician.
There we go. Oh, he's getting it right.
And everybody cute.
I couldn't say the last time. It was bad.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know how to pronounce
She
it.
do lashes and facials and things like that.
So my boy's fiance.
Yeah,
Oh, sweet.
We had her on. Yeah.
That's
we
dope.
had
That's a rising business too. You'd be surprised how much women spend on being cute.
we had.
And that's why I be
we had
telling you about my
Trap on.
haircut price. That's why I don't be tripping on it, bro. Like shit like that.
Haircut prices going up too. I
I
heard it's
know.
like a minimum like 30 now versus what, with
I wish.
15?
Yeah.
My minimum is 45.
John, you be saving hella money.
Yes.
John, you saving hella
He
money.
like, nah,
That
dude,
saving green.
Gabe, you get the black mask and all that. I would pay.
Oh yeah, I get the black mask. I got a hot towel. I mean, something you get a bang for
fancy.
your
I
buck.
just still can't imagine someone grabbing my face to like clean me. That's so crazy to me.
I mean, honestly though, like I've had girls do it, and like this is gonna sound weird, and like having Steve do it has helped me like letting girls actually do it. Like,
How
more
does that
often.
feel? You know, I'm sorry, this is not on topic at all. But like, do guys like when women do their hair or cut their face,
I don't
or is
mind
it
it.
kind of like, she's too soft? I need to.
No, I don't mind it
My
just
barber.
because I know
I wanna be
she's
man
trying to
the
make
whole
me look
time.
better for her.
Okay.
Bring your
So
face
I
here.
can put it aside. Like I've never
never
had
been-
my eyebrows plucked and my
Okay.
face. You know what I mean? Shit like that. I don't mind being a guinea pig.
Y'all bad over there. I see y'all.
I know. I told you
They
that.
got something going on over there. They're
Candy.
last couple
Sorry.
episodes they've been real touchy feely.
Sorry.
That's my boy, man.
Brownies.
What about you?
5
5 years?
For myself or for the
Both.
podcast?
Both.
For the podcast, I think
Well, not even a podcast, a media group.
the media group,
I like that. I mean, y'all got
I
to start
envision-
recording other stuff though.
the studio,
Yeah, they do already.
in multiple places in 5 years. I think Lorain is our starting point. For myself, well, for the media group, again, I just see us being like the main source of like Lorain. So when you come to Lorain, we're the echo of it. Like, you want to come, you want to show your face, you want to put on a production, our media platform is a space for it.
Nice.
Because when we came up with the name, it's on us. It really is on us to curate what's next to come. Like, again, we're about to be 30, so like we are technically the new politicians, the new mayors, the new lawyers, the new whatever Lorain needs. That's us.
It's our generation. I get that.
So
Nice.
for myself though, I'll probably retire 35.
Period.
In the mindset of like, I have employees. I'm not working for nobody else. I'm enjoying my life to the fullest. Like
You have supplemental income.
you said before, like I'm not self-employed.
Right.
I have a business.
Right. Yeah.
I'm in Valley
One more
drinking
thing. I want to flip a house
mimosas.
by 35.
You know what
I
I mean?
like
Something
that.
different. Like,
I hear you. Those is goals.
Flipping a house by 35. That's one more thing.
Flipping a house.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to agree with John on these baby making times.
Kids are great. If you
I
find
mean,
somebody
yeah, I
to
got
have a kid with.
so Jacob's my uncle. He has his son. So my nephew, his sister, has my sister. She calls me her brother. She's
Okay.
not. She's
Yeah.
She understands we're not brother and sister, but she will die on this.
Always.
hill.
We get it.
Oh,
Trust
man.
me. As a black person, everybody are crazy. So we get it.
My brother just had his daughter over, and for her birthday, she
Oh,
turned
you got
3.
baby fever.
Oh, that's just all around me. And then Leah's pregnant right now, so we're working on the 5th one. So.
Bro, just know when you have a kid, I'm going to be a great uncle again for like the second or third time. Fourth time.
Kids are
Yeah,
great.
God, bro.
crazy. Kids are crazy.
They are crazy.
You know how I know you got baby fever? Like, 7 days out of a week, at least 10 of your snaps be with kids. I'm like, oh yeah.
He want to
He
bang.
got it.
Bro.
He got it.
Kids are
Hey,
gross.
but look, earlier the better, in my opinion, for kids.
You think so? I wish
hell
I
yeah.
could have waited. Maybe I wanted to get to like past my 30s to have a kid.
See, I
honestly.
told myself in high school, I said I want to have a kid by like 25 or 26. So my son was
Really?
born when I was just turned 26.
I wanted a kid
Same
in high
for me.
school.
In high school.
Oh yeah, that's
You trying to be on them
y'all
TV
must not have
shows,
them
huh?
babies from middle school. See,
Nah, these
we
babies
had
is
those
all
babies
young.
from middle school where you had to take them with you for all time.
Oh, yeah, we had that shit.
detoured me from having
Oh,
young
yeah.
I elbowed mine in the head and it like cried. I was like, damn, I ain't ready yet.
That was single-handedly the reason why I didn't have a kid until I was like at least at the point where I thought I could handle it, but still can't handle it.
but
You're never ready.
I
for
look
kid.
at it like I'll be done before
Where's the
50.
key? Where's the key?
I was wise enough to learn from family
Put it in the
members.
freezer. Look terrible,
Not signing up for extra stress.
man.
All right. Mental health check time, guys.
Where we at time wise?
49 minutes.
Okay. Well,
All right.
we can do our mental health.
You want to explain what it is there,
Yeah.
So
buddy?
each episode, we go through our mental health 1 through 10 sliding scale. Just how are you physically, financially, spiritually, just in life in general? How are you feeling this week? So Jacob, start us off, man.
Thanks, man.
Since you weren't here last week.
I'm a solid 8.5. Doing good.
Things
House
are flowing.
shopping, getting stuff done. Parker's been ended this week, but everything else is doesn't want to listen to shit. Found out my daughter, she didn't get to her number one college of choice, but she's still okay because she's like, well, I could still. I'm waiting to hear back from Michigan and Purdue. I'm like,
Oh, she wants to go to college?
I'm like, damn. Like just to even have that aspiration to go to those type of schools,
What
I'm
was her
just like,
What school? Yeah, what school is she?
what school was? Oh, Case Western was her number one.
Okay.
Come on, Case. You
But yeah,
fumbling.
Bitch
but yeah,
ass
like I
nigga.
found out like she had like a 4 GPA. I'm like,
You need me to talk to somebody for her? I got you.
Come
but
on,
yeah,
Case.
so just like stuff like that, like really rewarding to hear, and like how her thought process is
She
about
can't go
it.
to Michigan though, dog.
Yeah, I was like this. I was like, oh, Tay, come on, like, just go to Purdue.
Fuck, hey, you could be a Purdue Boilermaker all you
Yeah,
want.
be
You
a
cannot
Boilermaker.
go to Michigan
Nah.
and think you're going to be
Yeah.
still somewhat in my family.
Somebody's got. I said, my dad might look at you funny, Tay. I said he might just give you that crazy eye. I don't know.
That's gonna be an
But-
ongoing joke on this show. I'm gonna let you know that now.
Oh yeah. But besides that, 8.5. Everything else been good. House shopping is stressful. The Smurf is stupid, but you know it is what it is. What about you, Mr. Johnny Boy?
Oh,
He shot across the room.
yeah. It's like popcorn. Like, shit, I ain't ready. Remember back in the school, you do popcorn on somebody, and they're like, no,
I used to wait because I know people weren't paying attention. I'm like, yep, I got him.
Sniper.
Sniper game.
Where are we at?
Flipping like, oh, shit.
You're like pages behind. No, I'm good. I'm good. Like I mentioned earlier, just a weird week. Just a lot going on. I'd probably give myself like a 8.5. I'll go 8.5 as well. I ain't gonna lie. I did go to the gym first time.
Hey.
Side story. He came down my block. He ain't check in. I had to call him. Hey,
Hey,
man, when you come to the west side, you gotta come.
like, you know where you at, right? Okay. Yeah.
Silly.
But yeah, so that was good. Got to get back there for sure because I didn't live for so long. But then like Wednesday and Thursday, I was a little sore. I was like, man, I should not be sore about this.
Good
You should be.
Well,
Good sore.
I didn't like work out that long. Though. I only worked out for like half hour.
That's better than.
But still getting in there. I
That's
still
better
got in
than
there.
no half hour.
But you've been away for a while, so
Yeah,
If you want to
a year
start
plus.
bringing me, start bringing me.
Yeah.
I'll go with you. I don't go, like I said, I don't go to the Lorain one, so I don't know what that one looks like. I usually go to the Leary one, but
I'm down. I'm down.
I'm down
So
for
no,
2 days.
everything else is good. Everything else is good. Can't complain. I'm excited to have you on. It was so great to meet you and hear all about all your ventures, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
So
Sweet.
yeah.
she about that life.
she is.
So whoever wants to go
Plug,
next.
she the plug.
I'll go next. I'm at an 8. Again, it's a fast forward week. I can't really like say too much about it. I'm just happy to make it to another week celebrating life. Happy to be here with my boys and Sade. Glad to have you as a guest.
Thank you.
And yeah, I mean that's my solid 8. I'm gonna pass it to Ash next.
I'm at like 8.5. You know why, right?
No.
Gotta get some food.
A little hungry.
Cause again, I start my days earlier, so like and plus I fast too, so like I don't eat until
Yeah, I haven't ate today yet.
Are you
2
practicing
o'clock.
Ramadan? Oh, no.
No, just
I feel like we all go through this. Like, we just all like not try to eat for like not like a specific reason, but we just go like X amount of hours and just don't eat.
Yeah.
Then it like coincides with the podcast recording where we're like afterwards is like.
Then, like that's kind of like our wine time. Like, all right, we're all hungry. We're all making some food type shit.
And just put myself on a schedule too. That's been the most vital thing for me right now. Just having a set schedule, following the schedule, knowing that like each day I'm knocking down my goals slowly but surely. Like if I can do 10 things off my list each day, I'm doing okay. So 8.5 till I get some food. Life's good, no complaints. Again, Sade, we had to have you on. I'm like, at some point we're gonna bring you on because you actually like inboxed us like, what can I get on? I'm like, yeah,
period.
We need you. So, Gabe,
I'm about an 8. That bowling shit got me hot. Even still right now, like I was thinking about it.
So warm over here,
bro.
steaming over there.
But everything else has been cool. I feel like this week did go by mad fast. But then the weekends just be low key, like just they're smooth and just calm for me now, man. Like, so I find it really good to sleeping in now because you see I beat up dumbass early now. I'm like, fuck this shit, dog. But no complaints really. Nomar's birthday was Friday or Thursday.
I texted him Friday, I believe.
Yeah, okay. Then Nomar's birthday was Friday. His daughter's birthday was the next day.
Okay.
My boy Ivan's son, his birthday party's Sunday. Lola's birthday party's Friday. So I'm getting all these goddamn birthday parties out the way. I'm about to be spending a lot of money on shit.
Yeah.
So when you about to have a kid, you said?
The way that thing be thinking soon, I don't know.
I'm not ready. All right. What about you, Miss Sade?
You guys your rating scales are pretty high. So you're 8.5.
Usually we're higher.
Really?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm like at a 7, but I don't say that to be like.
No.
Be real, be you.
Yeah. The week was cool. I would say I just posted on Facebook like I swear love of my life is in jail or overseas. So I just be seeing so many happy couples, and I think that's the only thing I'd be like, dang, like I want to have a happy couple. So that's probably the only thing I've been thinking about this week. Like I be working and things, but it is cool to be like, you know, like, oh, we went out and did this, or like I be dating, but the dating pool got fentanyl in it, y'all.
Oh my God, where'd that come from?
Wow.
Just dropped a bomb on
that's
you.
why it's
That's
a
the
7
gem
this
of the
week.
day right there. Holy shit. Wow.
I
guess that was like
Crazy. I'm going to put that on my Twitter. Dating
But
pool
everything
got
else has
fentanyl
been
in
cool.
it.
Like financially, I'm good. Mentally, I'm good. I just want somebody to kick it with, like that I actually like, you know. So that's about a 7.
I guess side question, like, do you think it's intimidating for guys to like see all that you do, and it's like
I've had that conversation a couple times. I don't know, but I don't know. Like I really
shouldn't
don't
be.
know. I would think you would want you either. What does they say? You broke or you busy. So it's like, which one you want me to be? You want me to be broke and be like, what's up? Can you pay?
You got all the time in the world?
Or like, can we go? You know, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Honestly, I don't have the answer to that question. If I did, I would not say the dating pool have fentanyl in it.
Yeah, right.
She just doubled down
She
on
didn't
it,
say
too.
the waters is dirty. She said they're
Nah,
untouchable.
they
You will go to
It's
sleep
crazy
in
out
that
here.
water.
It's
You
just
gonna
crazy.
die.
That's a whole probably new podcast for y'all to talk about.
Cliff, you got a joke
But-
for us today? Or is that the job?
I don't know if I could top it.
Right.
Hell no.
Silly.
Again, before I give a gem, thank you for coming on.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for
Do you
having
want to give
me.
a shout out to any of your platforms or businesses before we go, and then we need
Oh,
a sponsor?
Okay, hey, yeah. Well, shout out to me, Sade.
You're-
But yeah, follow me on everything. Sugarforbrains, we are Socialhype, Dirt and Glitter, This Planet is Weird, all types of things going on. Yeah, usually I just moved back to the city, so y'all can catch me sometimes doing things. Socialhype will be doing new events. We'll start up with, I think we might be having a 420 party coming up for April. But if not that, Memorial Day weekend, we do our Thank God It's Fridays where we kick it. We'll probably have an outside, what's those things called? A block party. Look, an outside party. A block party coming up. The adult sleepover. We're doing a lot of things this year, so I would say just tune in. As far as for me, Sugarforbrains, I'm coming out with my own collection. I've never did that before. I've only been like a custom jeweler, so definitely it's the spring. It's the time for the start for me. So yeah, shout out to that. Shout out to y'all. It's on us podcast. That's what's up.
Thank you.
you're all right.
Ash, you want to drop your...
Shout out to our sponsor of the podcast, Creative Genius Brand. Make sure you go on our website. Is the book bag up there?
No, you can't
no.
see it.
Okay. Go on the website www.creativegeniusbrand.org. I'm wearing the new merch we're going to drop
You said the 31st.
31st.
Nice.
So
Next Wednesday.
stay tuned for that.
Wednesday.
It's soft.
Hey. Watch how you touch
As
me
you
now.
pets him.
All right, Cliff.
All right, and I think this one is fitting with the way her energy's been kind of radiating this. Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people.
I like it.
That's by Eleanor Roosevelt.
Shout out
Okay,
to-
get it, girl.
Shout out Ellie.
Thank you, girl.
Did you say shout out Ellie?
That's your pet. Like, y'all been kicking
God.
it. You
Well,
know, we tight.
that's been an episode of It's On Us. Until next time.